Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Splitter Sports Zone. I'm Rusty Peace, and as you can see, I'm still in the LMU Athletes Hall of Fame. This past weekend, of course, 3 individuals went into the class of 2016, and this room continues to house much of the memorabilia and artifacts from years past of all the greatest that Lincoln Memorial has had. A lot of that during the Dean Bailey era, of course, in baseball and basketball here at Lincoln Memorial. He was also the tennis coach for a long time, and I'm holding one of the bats from one of the names of the past, Robin Walker from 1940. We've got a great show this week, and 2 young people who have definitely begun to make their mark here at Lincoln Memorial University. Jeff Handman is our male guest from the men's lacrosse team, and Palisa Chipendo of the women's soccer team are going to join us for commentary about their experience here at LMU and some very interesting stories of them abroad, not only in their home countries or places where their family are from, but other places throughout the United Kingdom and other parts of the world. It's going to be a great show, and we hope that you'll stick around and watch the entire thing. Right now we're going to take a break, but folks, want to remind you to keep up to date on all that's going on with Lincoln Memorial University Athletics. Pull up the LMU Athletics website, www.lmurailsplitters.com. We'll be back right after this.
Unmatched and unbeatable. Your experience at Danny England Motors comes with the absolute best in offering unmatched quality while delivering an uncommon, hands-on process to take your automotive purchase to the next level in customer service and customer expectations. While offering a relaxed, positive environment and a laid-back approach, our drive to surpass the highest of standards in this industry comes nothing short of. Danny England Motors. Come see us today. Automotive excellence starts here.
Established in 1982, Dixie Roofing Incorporated of La Follette has been the industry's leader in commercial roofing throughout Knoxville, Tennessee, and surrounding counties for more than 30 years. From medical facilities to office buildings and educational institutions, Dixie Roofing has the experience, expertise, equipment, and know-how to handle roofing needs of any commercial structure, big or small. Dixie Roofing is also on the web at www.dixieroofing.com. Dixie Roofing Incorporated. Since 1959, Giles Industries has built more than 86,000 quality homes through craftsmanship of team members from the tri-state area. Our clients are extremely important to us, and we're looking for team-oriented family members which allow us to continue that level of excellence known to come with the Giles brand. Our team members receive above-average pay, great health, dental, and vision coverage, a 401k retirement package, and up to 2 weeks paid vacation following the first year of employment. Contact us about joining our Giles Industries family. Giles Industries, quality homes built by family for family.
Juggling my family schedule is a full-time job. Between school, dance practice, work, there's little time left to worry about much else. That's why I use real-time banking from Home Federal Bank. With real-time banking, I know that when I make a deposit, the money goes straight to my account. No delays, no waiting, no wondering. And I get to focus on what's important.
Real-time deposits, real-time access, real-time banking. From Home Federal Bank, always within reach.
I'm with Jeff Handman of the Lincoln Memorial University lacrosse team, and Jeff is in his 3rd year here as a student athlete for the Rail Splitter lacrosse team under Coach Kuhn, but he is entering his junior year, is in the midst of his junior year, and Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hey Rusty, how you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Jeff, first of all, before we get into a lot of your unique story, I want to talk a little bit about where you're from. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm from Tampa, Florida, Wesley Chapel, Florida to be exact. I have a brother and 2 dogs. Play lacrosse here. I'm a goalie and currently going into my 3rd year of school.
This is obviously a pretty good piece from Florida. Tampa is several hours from here, to say the least, and it had to be a culture shock for you coming to Harrogate, Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm not used to the snow. The mountains, not used to either. Back home it's sunny every day or rainy, and at least 75 degrees with 90% humidity.
Well, I love the state of Florida, but I'll tell you, the one drawback about being down there that I really just can't deal with is every time I've ever been there, the mosquitoes have eaten me alive. And they do it here too, but it seems like more so down there.
Yeah, it's terrible over there, the mosquito problem. And the love bugs too. Those are bad.
Well, we try not to get involved with those. Love's a 4-letter word. We won't deal with that. You know, I mentioned a minute ago that you have a very unique story, and what we asked our coaches to do, Jeff, some time back was to identify some of the players on their various teams that have those unique stories. And you have really kind of done something that in this day and age, at this time in history, it would be petrifying to me. I mean, you went to Israel this summer or recently and interned over there and actually played lacrosse.
Yeah, I spent about 2 months there in Israel. The first part of my journey in Israel was the Birthright trip, which is a free 10-day trip for all Jewish teens from 18 to 26. And then I played lacrosse there for a month. We had about 8 to 10 games. And then after that, I actually went over to Budapest, Hungary, and played in the Euro festival team for Israel.
So much unrest in the Middle East, and so many, you hear of so many various things happening in the Europe area and so forth. Did it unnerve you at all to go over there?
At first it did. My mom and dad always told me, you need to go over there. And probably until I came to college, I was like, no, I'm not going over there. Like, absolutely petrified. And one day I got an email from Noah Miller, who helps with Israel Lacrosse, and was one of the main people in Israel Lacrosse who started it up. And he told me to interview for the internship, and I should look into coming over there. So I looked into it. I was going to go the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, but decided to push it back another year. And it's the best decision I ever made.
So what exactly does the internship consist of? What were your duties?
So every morning from, I'd say 8 to 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock sometimes, we went to the schools in Israel, usually elementary schools, and we taught lacrosse to the kids there. Sometimes it was Orthodox children, sometimes it was not even Jewish kids. So it was a very unique experience because none of us knew what to expect, and I think that's what made it so great.
What was the response to the game of lacrosse as compared to the United States?
Over there, it's all soccer, which in the U.S. it's not all soccer. Soccer and basketball are the main team sports that they like over there, and when they see lacrosse, they don't even know what to think. They love it. You know, sometimes they play lacrosse like it's hockey, and we let them do that because the first thing for them is to have fun, and then second is to learn the sport. But they love it there. People in my city of Beersheba watched our championship game on TV and absolutely loved it and came to our games. So the interest over there is really growing. The Israeli national team did very well this summer in the Euros, and that helped the popularity of it a lot.
So you played lacrosse during the summer. You interned with the Israeli Lacrosse Association. Was there a whole lot that you had to get in order in terms of your passport and various things from the political side just to go there?
I applied for my passport, I'd say February, and got it. Actually, they messed up my birthday. They put me as 1946 at first, and then so I was a little nervous that I wouldn't get it in time, and I got it around April. Getting the passport wasn't the difficult part. The difficult part was getting into Israel. It's a whole interrogation. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes some people have it 3 hours. And it's very strict on who gets into the country. So that part was a little nerve-wracking because they ask you these questions and you're not expecting it at all. So they just want to see if you choke up at all, and that was probably the most nervous part about getting in.
Did you ever experience any hostility over there from any of the
No,
population?
I didn't. I got lucky that when I was over in Israel, there was very peaceful time there. There was no terrorist attacks. The only time anything happened really was there was a missile that hit probably about 30, 45 minutes away from me near the Gaza Strip. Went into a kindergarten that Israel Lacrosse actually works at, but it was at midnight. So the red alert went off, which is basically their all the phones over there, they have a security system, and if anything happens, there's a siren that goes off to tell you to go indoors. But everyone's pretty peaceful about everything over there. I got lucky.
Yeah, that would have been enough for me to pack up and head home right there. All right, so we've got a little bit left. You didn't just go over there and play. You were asked to be a goalie on the Israeli national team.
Yeah, the festival team I played on in Hungary. There is a national team and the festival team. I played on the festival team. We actually won the whole festival, which was pretty unique experience, playing teams Croatia, Bulgaria, team from England. It was a unique experience that I'll never forget.
Let's talk about this year's lacrosse team here at Lincoln Memorial. Obviously, you know Coach Kuhn, you know his style, you know his tendencies. What are your hopes as a junior this year for this team to improve upon last year and what they do this season?
I think playing as a team is, which we're already improving on tremendously, not being selfish, and basically everyone's goal needs to be winning. I think this team is talented enough to go to the conference championship and win it all. But it's if we believe in it. Believe, commit, follow through. That's all we have to do.
One of our first guests on the show was Chris Smith, and obviously he's a goalie on the team as well. Is there a lot of competition between the goalies for playing time?
Yeah, I'd say Joe, Kyle, and I. Chris actually switched to defense, but Joe, Kyle, and I, we go out there every day, compete. You know, we're all best of friends, but on the field, it's whoever works the hardest every day. So it's during that 3 hours of practice, you just got to work, work, work.
Mortal Kombat out there.
Yeah.
All right, so in the last few seconds of this, so what does a Jewish guy from Tampa, Florida, find to do in Harrogate, Tennessee as a hobby, outside of academics and athletics?
I watch a lot of Netflix, that's for sure. I watch a lot of Netflix. I don't really go to there's not really anything Jewish around here, which is fine for me right now. I mean, a lot of my time's studying and playing lacrosse. I like to work out a lot, being a exercise science major. I spend a lot of time in the weight room and training, but other than that, I don't really have much free time. I don't even sleep that much. So
Yom Kippur took place Wednesday. Was there a mosque locally that you were able to go to? Or?
There's one in Knoxville right next to University of Tennessee. I went down there, fasted the whole day, so it was a long day, and then had practice, and it was it was definitely a process. It's hard to practice without any food or water in your system, so it was a very long day.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Well, Jeff, we want to again thank you for sharing with us your unique story, and I have to really take my hat off to you. I mean, I understand going to the homeland, but in such a time of unrest, when there's so many terrorist attacks and so much hostility, especially in the Middle East, I think that's a very brave thing to do, and I'm certainly very glad that you were not part of that kindergarten over there when that missile hit. But good luck this season, and thanks for joining us. All right, Jeff Handman. We'll take this break, and we'll be right back.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
From sales to service, online or in person, Anchor Marine of Speedwell, Tennessee is the source for all your boating needs. We carry a wide selection of new and used products and services for Alumacraft, Aqua Patio, Hurricane, Polar Craft, Sampan, and Sweetwater boats and pontoons, as well as a full line of Yamaha marine engines and Minn Kota trolling motors. From bow to stern, Anchor Marine also carries a wide selection of boating accessories. And if it's service you need, we offer on-site factory-trained technicians that are among the best in East Tennessee. Anchor Marine, 6630 General C.W. Steiner Highway, Speedwell. At Farm Bureau, we offer more than just insurance. We offer security. Whether you're insuring your automobile, boat, home, or simply buying life insurance, with Farm Bureau, you can rest assured that we have your best interests covered. Our members can also enjoy travel discounts, entertainment discounts, identity theft restoration, and home protection services. Call today at 423-869-8346 or stop by and see Brad Seal at our Harrogate location and find out why Tennessee turns to us for insurance. Experience exceptional service and experience security at Farm Bureau. Commercial, residential, or personal, Lester Signs of Harrogate has you covered with all your sign and graphic needs. From embroidery and screen printing to personalized items, decals, yard signs, logo design, car wraps, digital printing, and sign maintenance, Lester Signs has all your branding needs. Lester Signs is under new ownership and has been serving the tri-state area for more than 25 years. Phone us today to inquire about your commercial sign or marketing specialized needs, or email us at sales@lestersigns.com. Lester Signs, located at 112 Washington Avenue, Harrogate.
I'm with Palisa Chipendo, and she is a 5'8" sophomore from Brighton, England, and she is our female guest on this week's Splitter Sports Zone. Welcome.
Hi.
She's not talking right away. Palisa, let's talk a little bit about, we're going to skip around a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about how you came to Lincoln Memorial. How was it that Coach Dana found out about you and wanted to add you to the Lady Rail Splitter lineup?
Well, Coach has good connections with my other coach. He's had quite a few Coffeyville players come to LMU, and I guess he asked if there were any players who were worth taking a look at, and I was one of those, so that's how I ended up.
Now, you played junior college soccer. We talked about this earlier in Coffeyville Junior College, and that's in Kansas.
Yeah.
How did you get to Kansas all the way from Brighton, England?
Yeah, everybody asks me that question. I honestly don't know. It was, I went through an agency, so I wasn't meant to come the year that I did. I was supposed to come the following year. But they called me and they said they needed a player in Kansas, and I wasn't doing anything, so I thought might as well.
Why not?
Go early, yeah, why not? Instead of taking a year out.
For those of you who don't know, and I did not know this until I was notified by Coach Dana, Palisa is not a native of Brighton, England. She is from Brighton, England, has lived there for a long time, but she's actually from Zimbabwe.
Let's think about it. We could have been in Brazil because we were there, and we had tickets for the Olympics, and coincidentally, we had tickets for Germany playing Zimbabwe. So we could have been sitting on the stand seeing this young lady on the field, which I have pictures of her with the Zimbabwean flag right at the stadium there. And you know, she was super excited of being there, but it would have been awesome to see her on the field. And I don't take for granted that sacrifice. Of course, it could have costed her graduation, right? Because she might not have finished the junior college. And it could have cost really, if you don't graduate, now you're ineligible. I mean, it would have cost a lot. So, but hopefully it will, on the long run, reward her.
What do you think that kind of sacrifice says about her as a person?
You know, I mean, you and I spoke before about these immigrants slash internationals that when they have an opportunity to come to America and study, that they really make the most of it because they see the value, you know, both on the playing aspect as well as the education aspect of this opportunity being afforded to them. So I'm sure her mindset is on that, but it speaks volumes of her character, of course.
There had to be a big change for you, if you can remember back that far as a young person, moving from Zimbabwe to England.
I don't remember much. I moved to England when I was about 5, so I don't really have much of a memory as to how Zimbabwe was. But
you mentioned to me that you traveled a lot. Your parents took you to several different countries. Why the move from Zimbabwe to England? Did they ever tell you that?
Back then, my mum was a nurse, and England was looking for nurses back then, and she just thought it was the best fit for our family at the time. Come to junior college in the United States. You play a couple of years. Actually, you play a year. Coach Dana contacts you. He wants you to play for Lincoln Memorial. Did you have any idea where Harrogate, Tennessee was? I had no idea. I'd heard of Memphis, Tennessee, but not Harrogate.
When he asked you to come play for the Lady Rail Splitter program, finding out that he was from Brazil and played the possession style of play, was that something that concerned you at all? Because being from the United Kingdom, being from England, I mean, it's more of a direct style of play.
It is, but it's also a possession type. So I was kind of comfortable knowing that it's a keep in possession, not just kick and run like how most junior colleges play. But I mean, I was willing to try something new.
When you got here, did you know before you got to Lincoln Memorial that there were other student athletes from England here already in the soccer programs?
No, I wasn't aware until I actually got here. I'd heard of like English and golf, I believe. There's a lot of English players, but not many in soccer.
So, as I understand it, you just recently scored a goal here for the Lady Rail Splitter program. Is that your first this year?
My first goal this year.
That'd make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good feeling. All the guys were there. The girls were happy. It was a good feeling.
Well, anytime you can go and you come out of there and you don't have a loss or you get a win, it's obviously a great feeling. Palisa's story goes a little deeper, folks, than what we've alluded to so far. Some time ago, she was called to the team camp for the Zimbabwe national team. Now, that had to be a great honor for you.
Yeah, it was. I was shocked, obviously. My family were happy, and yeah, it was a good feeling.
So when you were called and you decided to attend that camp, did you have any idea what was to come in terms of the conflicts that we're getting ready to talk about?
At the time, no, I hadn't. But then I spoke to coach and he explained like how it could affect my schooling and stuff like that. And my parents obviously said that school comes first, and if the opportunities come before it can come again, you just never know.
Well, what I'm alluding to, folks, is when she was called to compete with the Zimbabwe national team at their camp, she had to make a choice, and that choice was to decline that opportunity because she would not have graduated from junior college and she would not have really been able to make the Brazil trip with Lincoln Memorial and to ultimately possibly go to school here. That had to be a grueling decision to make.
I mean, it was, but I had to think about the long-term effects. Yes, I would have loved to represent my country in the Olympics, but at the same time, after that, what was next? That was always something I thought about, and finishing school was something that I've been wanting to do. So
we've talked primarily soccer since you sat down. What are your goals here? I mean, what are you majoring in, and what would you like to do with it after graduation?
I'm majoring in sports management, and I'd like to become an agent or a scout, as they say. When I went to Africa and trained with some of the girls, I noticed how much talent was there, but nobody was there to help show off that talent, if you know what I mean.
So when you get that degree and you go do that, where would you practice that? Would you do it here in the United States? Would you do it in Zimbabwe or United Kingdom?
I'll probably do it in Zimbabwe, but show off what Africa has to other countries. So, for example, like how kids come from England or all over the place to come here to play soccer, whereas we don't have that much in Africa.
What's been the most difficult thing for you, not necessarily coming to the United States, but coming to Lincoln Memorial? What's been the most difficult thing for you to adjust to?
Probably driving on the other side of the road. And also being so far away from my family. I have nieces and nephews who I love and play with all the time when I'm home, and not being able to see them grow up, that is tough. But I mean, you got to make sacrifices.
So you see us all riding on the wrong side of the road the way we see you guys riding on the wrong side of the road over there.
Exactly.
I understand. All right, so you're in the midst of the 2016 schedule right now. You've still got quite a few matches to play. It's been a tough start for the team this year, and one that, quite frankly, a lot of teams would have just folded the tents and said, you know what, it's just not going to work. But that's not the case with this year's team.
No, honestly, we have a really good team. We just struggled at the beginning with scoring, obviously. But I feel like we got the hardest games out of the way, and now it's time for us to get back into the games and see what we can do.
You've got a big match with Coker coming up this Saturday. Fortunately, that's at home. It comes on the heels of a 1-1 tie earlier this week, and that was a match that was pushed back due to Hurricane Matthew that came through the eastern half of the United States, basically, primarily the southeast. What do you think will be the keys for us Saturday in order to hopefully pick up a win against the Cobras?
Honestly, our game against Newbury is probably one of the best games we've played. We played as a team, defended as a team, worked for each other, and I feel like if we use that energy and carry it into the next game, we'll most likely come out with a win. Well,
Coach Dana told us off the camera a little while ago that you were going to score 3 goals this weekend. You think that's a little bit much to ask?
Ambitious, maybe, but it can be done. Who knows?
Palisa, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's our guest for this segment of the show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you about next week's show. Stay with us.
It's the Old Town Grill. The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special. It's the OTG. The OTG is the place to be.
It makes a difference when a physician is trained to truly listen. At the LMU Medical Clinic, it is our mission to provide the highest quality medical care possible for our community, in our community. Our physicians are trained in the philosophy of osteopathic medicine. We look beyond your symptoms and take the time to get to know you as a whole person, from children to adults and everyone in between. We don't see patients, we see people.
Whether institutional case good or architectural woodwork, Nolan Products Incorporated of Knoxville has been serving East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Southeast Kentucky since 1958. From concept to finish, Nolan Products custom builds to the highest quality standards to meet your facility specifications while using only the finest materials available. Nolan Products has been serving and meeting the needs and requirements of general contractors and architects in East Tennessee and surrounding area for more than 55 years. Nolan Products Incorporated, 912 Forsyth Street Northeast, Knoxville.
Both Jeff and Palisa are in the midst of either practice or their 2016-17 seasons. A lot of time still left here in the fall semester for the women's soccer team, and obviously they're trying to move up the ladder as best they can in South Atlantic Conference play. For Jeff Handman and the Rail Splitters, Coach Kuhn's got them working out in preseason workouts, and they're preparing hard for the upcoming 2017 spring schedule, and it looks to be a great one for the LMU men's lacrosse program. That's all the time we have for this week. Join us next week as we'll talk with 2 more people who will be possibly legends right here in this room in days to come, years to come down the road here for the LMU Athletes Hall of Fame. I'm Rusty Peace for Splitter Sports Zone. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.